2012 presidential election debates. Tonight we have Senator Bryan and his opponent, Senator Ryan, facing off to debate on the topic of immigration. Now each senator will be given 20 seconds to state his views, and then the other senator will be given 20 seconds, and we'll repeat back and forth until we run out of time. So, Senator Bryan will be beginning. So Senator Bryan, could you please, in 20 seconds or less, state your views concisely on the topic of immigration and what your stance as president would be on that? And begin.
Firstly, I'd like to point about the heat lamps. The heat lamps are what keys about the immigration, because if they don't have the boots just melt and they come back to life, but they come back to life as mice. When that happens, they all just dance around like nothing's going on, and I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm like, whatever. So I think in that sense, we got to do something about that.
Thank you, Senator Bryan. Now, Senator Ryan, your response.
Well, I'm gonna have to disagree with that, because I think it's more about the camera cases. Because if you don't have camera cases, you're never gonna learn how to use a pen or chopsticks or or handles of cars. Because one time I took the handle of a car, and it instantly became a snake. I got scared. I freaked out. My kid just flew away. He sprouted wings. So I gotta disagree with you, Brian. Sorry.
Thank you, Senator Ryan. Senator Bryan, what is your response to that?
Interesting point, but you forget about the pajama pants, because if you don't have pajama pants, it turns into water bottles. Then it turns into a poster of a naked unicycle, which mind you, can throw oranges at will. So and I think in that sense, you gotta take the framework of a house, and you just you mess it up a little bit. I mean, what do you have to say? I think that's right. I thought about that for about 3 seconds before I realized that, you have absolutely no idea what the hell you were talking about. Yeah. Firstly, I took the baggies away from the goldfish just the other day, and I'll tell you, just oranges everywhere, just oranges, and the color red just decided to come. So, you know what? That just proves you have no idea about anything. I'm sorry. Gotta say it. All right. Well, I don't appreciate you being, very that direct about this, because I did have my car keys at the time, and I wrapped my shoelace around it a couple times. So and I actually just talked to him, and the framework of the wood of chairs and wheels, it just doesn't work out that way. So I don't really appreciate that.
All right, Senator Ryan, you will have the closing statement. This debate, make it count.
All right. In the end, the immigration, really, it has a bad temper, but you just gotta know how to deal with it. You just look. This is what you do. You know how vacuum cleaners have a bag? You rip that bag off. You smash it together so it's really small. Take some weights. What you do is you the metal bar of the weight, put that inside of it, voila, you have a lamppost. Green as a whistle. Green and red. And just Halloween.
Alright, thank you, Senator Ryan.
Too.
Thank you everyone for watching tonight. We'll see you next week for the second half of this debate.